And I knew Gervonta was going to come for him, and sure enough, that's what he did. Walked right towards him from round one on. But, you know, I remember what he said, and it really, really struck me. Gervonta's a smart dude, bro, and he said you really, really should have waited.
What does the rematch look like between Lamont and Gervonta, you think?
I like Lamont in the rematch.
You were one of the few that kind of picked Lamont to begin with. Why was that?
I sparred with Lamont. I knew that he was a good fighter.
I think he shocks the world again, but the only thing different this time is Tank will come with a different attitude, different personality, different motivation, and I think Roach will do good again, but I think Tank will be more dominant.
During a special segment on ESPN's First Take, Stephen A. Smith confirmed that the highly anticipated rematch between Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach is officially set for July 2025. The announcement ends months of speculation and sets the stage for what is shaping up to be one of the biggest boxing events of the year. Davis and Roach first met on March 1, 2025, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn in a bout that ended in a dramatic majority draw, a result that left fans divided and eager for a definitive conclusion. Davis, the WBA lightweight champion, entered the initial bout as the heavy favorite, renowned for his devastating knockout power. But Roach exceeded expectations, delivering a technically masterful performance filled with crisp counterpunches, evasive footwork, and tactical discipline. Over 12 tense rounds, Roach neutralized much of Davis's offense, and when the final bell rang, one judge gave the nod to Davis while the other two scored it even. The boxing community erupted into debate, with many arguing that Roach had done enough to earn the win. Stephen A. Smith, who has consistently praised both fighters, especially Roach's resilience, broke the news with his signature flair. "I'm telling y'all right now, it's locked in." According to sources close to both camps, all key contractual details have been finalized, including the purse split, venue selection, and broadcast arrangements. While the
Have enough experience. You really, really should have waited and took your time before you came to me, and that's what Gervonta Davis told him. And he was right. He was absolutely positively right. And so now here we are, him fighting this cat Roach, and I'm like, isn't this dude like junior lightweight?
Super featherweight, moving up to lightweight. Yeah.
No, there's no, that bothers.
The official promotional campaign has yet to launch. Insiders report that the bout will headline a major summer card at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Both fighters have reportedly already begun their training camps. Davis remains in Baltimore under the guidance of longtime coach Calvin Ford, while Roach continues his preparations in Washington, D.C., with Lamont Roach Sr. leading his corner. The rematch offers more than just redemption. It's a pivotal clash with massive implications for the lightweight division and the future of boxing's biggest stars. Davis, an established pay-per-view attraction with crossover appeal, sees this as a stepping stone toward high-profile matchups with other top-tier opponents like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and a potential move up to 140 pounds to face Teofimo Lopez. Roach, meanwhile, views this opportunity as his shot at redemption and legacy, as well as a chance to secure generational wealth. Following the draw in Brooklyn, Roach expressed frustration with the scoring and promised to leave nothing to chance in the rematch. "I respect Tank. He's a great fighter. But the world saw what happened. This time, I'm not letting it go to the judges. The Belots are coming home with me," Roach declared earlier this year. Betting lines that emerged after Smith's announcement slightly favor Davis, opening at 200 compared to 170 for Roach. Analysts are already speculating on how each fighter will adjust. Some expect Davis to apply more pressure from the start, working to cut off the ring and land power shots early. Others anticipate Roach will double down on his movement and counterpunching, aiming to frustrate Davis and limit his explosive bursts. The fallout from their first encounter continues to fuel the hype. A particularly controversial moment came in the 9th round when Davis appeared to touch a knee to the canvas following a clean shot from Roach. Referee Steve Willis did not rule it a knockdown. a call that many believe affected the final outcome. Had it been counted, Roach may have walked away with the win, ending Davis's undefeated streak. That moment, coupled with the razor-thin scoring, intensified demand for a rematch. While the fight was initially targeted for June 21, 2025 at T-Mobile Arena, it was quietly postponed. In an April 22nd report, veteran boxing writer Dan Rafael confirmed the delay.
The reason why that bothers me is because Gervonta is too great and too skilled to be fighting dudes smaller than him. Gervonta Davis could knock out welterweights. He probably could knock out a couple of middleweights.
Noting that Davis had requested more time to prepare. A subsequent report by Keith Idk in Ring Magazine pointed to Davis as the primary reason for the schedule shift. Despite the arena having been booked, Davis ultimately opted to push the fight to ensure he could ent. In a candid interview on the All the Smoke Fight podcast, Roach explained that he had other, more lucrative offers before accepting the Davis bout. It wasn't about the money. I actually had a higher offer, he revealed. But Tank was the real challenge. Look at how people talk about him now. He's considered one of the most dangerous fighters in the world. Roach added that his decision was based on the opportunity to prove himself against one of the sport's elite, and he nearly pulled it off. Speaking with Andre Ward, Roach recalled the physicality of their first fight. When he actually hit me clean, I thought, okay, let's see what we're working with. Then I landed a clean body shot, and he said, I thought you hit harder than that. I told him, I thought you, following the announcement, both fighters took to social media to stoke anticipation. Davis posted a cryptic Instagram story showing a punch from their first fight with the caption, Part 2. I'm closing the show this time. Roach responded on Twitter with, Summer 2025. Justice served. The undercard for the event is rumored to feature rising star Keyshawn Davis and the return of fan favorite Isaac Cruz, further stacking the pay-per-view with action. Promoters PBC and Showtime Sports are reportedly spearheading the event, aiming to make it one of the year's marquee boxing nights. With tension high, the rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach is more than just another fight. It's a collision of skill, will, and legacy. As both men gear up for battle once again, fans around the world wait with bated breath to see who will emerge victorious in one of boxing's most anticipated sequels. Here's a rewritten, coherent, and professionally polished version of your content, all integrated in a smooth narrative flow without headings. As you wreck Gervonta, Tank Davis often celebrate.
Tank want a rematch. Let me know now. Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank again?
100%. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in DC.
Okay, cool.
I love for it to be in.
As one of boxing's most dangerous knockout artists, reportedly returned to his corner during his first fight with Lamont Roach and confidently told his team, I got him. Yet, in the aftermath, it became clear the night didn't unfold as expected. While Davis preserved his undefeated record, Roach's performance left the boxing world stunned and vocal. Roach later revealed that he's faced fighters who punch even harder than Davis, a surprising statement that only fueled the conversation around how close Roach Jr. hasn't shied away from expressing his frustration with the controversial scoring and officiating. In a revealing interview, he recalled being told by a representative from the New York State Athletic Commission, yes, we screwed up, but someone has to take the blame, and it wasn't going to be Gervonta Davis. Roach felt this was an admission of guilt without any meaningful accountability. They just said, okay, we missed this, and that was it. No correction, no reversal, he said. They told me, we're going to apologize and give you your flowers, but you're not getting what you want. Referee Steve Willis, who officiated the bout, never issued a public statement. Roach called the lack of transparency sad, underscoring how difficult it was to accept the decision, especially given how close the fight was on the cards. The official scores read 115-113 for Davis and 114-114 on the other two cards. Had the referee correctly ruled a pivotal moment in the 9th round as a knockdown, Roach might have secured a historic win. That moment in the 9th round remains one of the most controversial. Roach landed a clean jab to Davis's eye after, which Davis unexpectedly turned away, dropped to a knee, and appeared to seek help from his corner. The scene caused confusion throughout the arena. Davis later explained that grease from a hair product had dripped into his eye, impairing his vision and forcing the pause. "I combed my hair 2 days ago and put grease on my face," he said during the post-fight interview. On social media, he added, "But this is what happened. Not everyone bought the explanation." Boxing analyst Rick Glazer dismissed the hair grease story outright, saying, "He didn't kneel because of grease. He got hit right in the eye." Many believe if the incident had been ruled a knockdown, the round would have been scored 10-8 for Roach instead of 10-9 for Davis on 2 of the judges' cards, potentially changing Despite the controversy, discussions of a rematch began, almost immediately. While both fighters have shown interest in running it back, there have been conflicting reports about Davis's next move. Promoter Eddie Hearn recently claimed that Davis is leaning toward a high-profile and highly lucrative fight against Jake Paul potentially in November. "I know he's fighting Jake Paul in November," Hearn said in an interview. "Whether he still fights Lamont Roach, I don't know." Hearn also voiced concern over his own fighter, Shakur Stevenson, who's been struggling to secure a bout with Davis. "If I don't come up with something for Shakur, that might be the end," Hearn admitted. "Right now, that's what we've agreed with His Excellency, and that's what we'll do. Then see where we go." Stevenson, for his part, is confident in how the Davis-Roach rematch would play out. Speaking to KO Artist Sports, he said he favors Roach to win, noting that he has sparred with Roach and respects his skill and ring IQ. Terrence "Bud" Crawford echoed that sentiment during an appearance on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast. Crawford admitted he was shocked by the officiating and said the moment Davis dropped to a knee should have been ruled a knockdown. "I don't think Davis won without the knockdown," Crawford said. "It was a close fight, but I would have given the edge to Roach. Tank fought a great fight, but I think he was overconfident. He didn't take Roach seriously." As the rematch approaches, anticipation continues to build. Rolando "Raleigh" Romero, who was knocked out by Davis in their May 20th.
You see the Gervonta Davis Lamont Roach fight?
Yeah, that was trash.
Well, I thought it was a good fight. You didn't think
Great fight, but I just champion guy taking a knee, talking about greasing his hair.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm like, yo, how you just in the middle of the fight just go wipe your face?
Also, here's the deal: if you take a knee, that's a knockdown.
That's a knockdown. Subtract 2, right?
You got hit with a jab.
Yeah.
You took a knee.
And then you walked off.
Exactly. That is a knockdown.
Yeah.
So I think they're reviewing that right now.
Nah, that guy should have lost maybe.
Well, I feel like if they do review it and they do judge it as a knockdown, which it was clearly a knockdown to everybody.